Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope you're all doing okay. It's Friday today, 10th of December, and I'm doing another episode in the Winter Sparkle series. So I'm making two journals, one is B6 and one is A5, and I'm not using any digitals for these. I'm using a Swan paper pad which had toppers and things in, and I'm using a winter, I'll show you that one in case you haven't seen it. It's just called paper pad and it's M&C, but it's winter themed like so. So those are the two pads I'm using, and today we're going to do some embellishing of pages. I have not sewn the signatures in because what I want to do is I want to do some embellishing, but I also want to kind of stencil and do bits and things like that before I sew them in, because it's easier, I think, to manipulate the pages without sewing them in first. I've done that before and found it very difficult. And I also have made a little spine down here, so either side I've scored on both of them to make a little spine, and I will put some washi tape or something down there, ribbon or something, to maybe something like this, seam binding, to just strengthen it before I sew the signature in. I have got more of that, so that's probably something I'll use. And same with this one. So going to put this one away. Oh, I'll concentrate on this one today. Okay, so the front at the moment I love as it is. I do want to put some sort of label on, but I haven't really decided what. Now, I've gone through some of the bits of ephemera that were in the paper pack with the Swan pack that kind of fit into both journals. I still haven't found anything really that has kind of grabbed me to actually put on the front. So, I mean, that I don't like that pinky colour in it. So we may have to make our own. So, I mean, this is ideal, but again, it's got sparkles of green and blue in, but it's also pink, kind of a purpley pink. So I made some tags. I have a tag punch. Let me show you that. I have a tag punch, and you can make a 1.5, a 2.5 inch, or a 2-inch tag. These are the 2.5 inch tags, so the piece of card has to be exactly that width, 2.5 inches. You push it right up to the top, press it down, and it makes that lovely tag top there. And these are all the same tag tops. I've got some tags and a pocket and a tab that I bought. I think Violet die cut these and sold them in her shop to Tanya at Tatty Treasure, and I bought a pack from Tanya at Tatty Treasure which had these in. I think that's where I got them from. I have bought direct from Violet myself. That's another one of her tabs there. But I haven't actually seen anything wintry or Christmassy in her shop, really. Not specific to what I'm making anyway. So there's a shorter one. So we can make lots of tags with those 3 designs on that. So I've got some of the embellishments I made in Let's Make Ephemera series, which will fit in with this one. But as regards a label, I haven't found anything that I really like. I've also got shaker or two that I made in a previous Let's Make Ephemera. And we've got some envelopes here, which I haven't stuck down yet. They all came in the pack. That's a nice Christmas tree there. That's just bits out of the Swan pack, paper pack, that actually fit into this one as well. So, yeah. So I thought I'd share the love. But with regard to label, only idea I've come up with at the moment is to maybe put something across here. Maybe, well, I could cut the corners of this. Let's do the corner rounder. Find that on my shelf. Let's do 10mm. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use this or not, but I just want to see what it looks like. So I have no real plan for this evening's video. I've just got out all the bits and I just sort of go with the flow. So that would make a nice base for a label, I thought, in that corner. And I don't want really anything too kind of outstanding. And then we'd have to find some sort of word and maybe collage something behind that. So, you know, I've got lots of bits of paper left out of the pad. I've also got some scraps of, well, this is a digital piece, but not a digital kit for this project. But, you know, kind of the colours kind of go. We've got scraps of the paper pack. So there's a scrap there of the music. I could maybe, I don't know, cut. I'm just playing with this at the moment. So say I cut that down and let's round the corners. Okay, so that's obviously not straight, that side. Let me just get my guillotine, because if I cut it, I'm not going to cut it any straighter than it is now. I just want to check it on there. So I'm just going to straighten that. And I'm using the 4mm. That's better. Okay, so I'm still not really happy with that corner. It's very strange. No, it doesn't like it. Right. Okay, I'll cut that down there. So it's obviously needed to be changed. Both sides. That's much better. Right, that's better. Okay, so I'll just do that corner. Sorry. Oh my goodness me, what is wrong with it? It's really chewed that corner. How peculiar. So I wanted to just sort of put that on there like that kind of thing, and then I possibly, because the colours match this and they're sparkly, and then maybe we'd find a nice word or something to put there. Anyway, I'll keep that in mind after all that. Right, so let's have a look inside. So I've already made a pocket here, and I had made this bookmark shaker the other day, and that has actually dried more or less now. So I thought we could put that in there as a piece, and that would be quite nice in there. Just trim that bit of glue off that's sticking out. Yeah, that's quite pretty in there. but we could have a nice tag in there. So we've got the silver tag we could put in there. So we could embellish these tags. That's one thing we can do. And I wanted to put something along here, some sort of embellishment or other. So I'm just going to go through things I have and find something that I like. So we already made a little embellishment with that paper, that same paper. Just having a look. What we could do is put a little, what do you call those? Cluster, scrappy cluster. So I've got a heap of things here. I've got a heap of different blues and things, all sorts of colours. So we could find something. So we could have a piece of that. This is nice. I actually bought a bag of fibres, they were called, from a lady, and this was in there, and they're really nice, all mixed bits of fibre that I wouldn't have in my stash. You know, I've got lots of this eyelash trim from Juliet Camellia Craft Designs. It's really lovely and I recommend it to anyone. So we could make a kind of a little fibre cluster, maybe, which is not going to be too bulky. And we could have a little something to back that with. Let's think, what have we got? Got a bit of ribbon. I was just looking for something. So here's a bit of organza, this is. So could cut that down like so. What else can we put on top of there? So we could have that decorate the pocket. That'd be quite nice. It's very pretty, I think. And we could have, let me see, I don't want to really put a button on because I think that would be too bulky. So I've actually got some silver stars. I wonder if one of those, that would look quite pretty, I think, and it would match the stars here. So I'm going to kind of glue that down, and I think I'll use my Beacon 3-in-1, just a dot on this corner here, like so. And I'm just going to do very, very thin bead like that and build up the fibres. So, and you hopefully can see me okay. So I'm going to kind of position that there. Oh, this is the trouble with this. You do get all stuck up with fibres. Put a tiny dot on top of that fibre. And this is a very beautiful sparkly piece. And I'm going to just use my bone folder to press it down. And now, what else? I've got a bit of organza kind of ribbon. We could put that kind of, maybe just cut a tiny bit off that. It's hard to see. And I don't know if there's enough glue to press that down onto. Oof. And I'm just putting the tiniest bit on. Each time. Now, I don't know if I want that dark grey on or whether I just take a snippet of this sparkly white one here, just a tiny bit, and that can go kind of there like so. And I don't know if this star will stay on or whether it's got enough glue. Oh, let's put a tiny bit of glue on the back of that. I'm just thinking I shouldn't be using that bone folder really to press down on it. I'll use one that the end of one that I hardly ever use. A tiny bit of glue on the star, but I can rub that off when it's all dry. So that's a nice little embellishment to start with on the corner there, like so. Okay. This is lovely paper. It's got, it's very pale grey and it's got snowflakes all in the background. And I was going to do a bit of stenciling. So I'm going to take those out and I'll put that to one side for a moment. And then I'm going to do a bit of tiny bit of stenciling. Now, I'm just going to use this weathered wood, which is kind of a grey. So I just want to make sure now that I've got a brush, a spare brush that I can use. I don't want to seem to have used them all for different colours. That is a kind of brown. I don't want to use that one. That I've used on blue before. Let me find my glue book. Just rub that. I've still got some blue on. Maybe we'll just use that up. And I had my Holtz Flourish stencil here, and all I want to do, I just want to do a tiny bit in the corner really. So I'm just going to pick a section that I like, and I'm going to go over it very lightly because I don't have a pale blue ink as such. Let's just see what that looks like. So that's just right. And let's do a bit down here. Like so. And we'll do some over here because this is going to be the other page. And a little bit maybe here. So I'll maybe add a tiny bit onto this so it's not so square. So I like that, just a hint, and you can still journal on it. So that's that one. So let's move the glue lid on there for a moment and that back. Now I think it's back in the right place. Anyway, before I sew in the signature, I'll go through it and see what I think about the pages anyway. So I always feel grubby when I've been stenciling. It's funny, isn't it? This is a nice piece. This is a shaker that I made out of the swan kit, but I thought that might look quite nice in here. So this one, let's see, what should we put on here? Just having a look now through the bits. See what we've got. That's a nice little piece there, which kind of matches the berries. They're kind of a dark purpley colour actually, so I quite like that. So I might glue that on as a little tuck. So I'm just going to glue over that. Still don't know what it's called. I've forgotten. I don't know if is it a brad? It could be a brad. So I'm gonna pop that there because that's one we've made, and then something could tuck underneath that. So for instance, you know, could tuck that something there. Okay. I think we'll leave that side for now. So we've just stenciled there, and again we've got another plain sheet. We'll just see what other okay. So let's take that out and put that to one side, and we will stencil that one with, let me see, where's one of my favourites? That's a good one. Having a quick look through my stencils. So one you want is never available. It seems to go missing. Sometimes when I'm looking, you know, I can't see for looking, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I can find the one I wanted. It's obviously hiding. So we'll use this bubbly one, which I quite like. Again, I'm just going to use the remainder of this brush at the moment because there's still enough on it. And then once I've almost like cleaned it down. See, I like that. I think that's nice. We'll just have a tiny bit down here. Yes, once it's kind of worn off a bit, I will then use the weathered wood. I really like that. Right, that's that one. So that's done. Okay, so that one, as I say, it doesn't matter too much. Goes back in there like so. Now I'm going to try and endeavour not to put everything on this side. It's a little habit I have occasionally. So we could put something plain here. I might turn that round actually and swap that, put that maybe in there. The only reason I've done that is because that embellishment now isn't there, whereas if you were writing, so I'm right-handed, if I wanted to write on this in situ, I would have had that bumpiness, so I've decided to change it. Okay, right, so this one is next. What should we do with this one? It's very busy, so I think we will put maybe a little bit of lace on this one and leave it as is. So let's find a nice piece. So we've got that piece there, which is sort of a grey actually. I'm not too keen on that page. Just sorting through my pile here. So here's a piece, that was a scrap. And we could put maybe one of these snowflakes on it. Like so. We could have that down there. See, now these snowflakes are thin plasticky things, but they take on the colour of whatever you're kind of next to. They're very odd. So that side, so it's going to be slightly greeny. That's quite nice and it's quite slim. So let's put that on that page. Just check whether I've got the right or the wrong side. And then this one, just trim that bit off. can go there. Try not to get too much on my fingers. So that goes there like that, and then just get the bling out. Find a very flat piece that we can pop on there. Yeah, have I got something that's flat enough in, you know, not too sure. Let's see if this pencil works today. That's strange. It's supposed to be worked fine when I first had it. Ah, you have to use the point of it. Right. It sticks to the end, and where I tried to sharpen it when I first had it, it just did not like the sharpener. Didn't want to be sharpened, but it was a blunt end like this end here. So now it's gone. Doesn't want to work. I think it's a bit of a duff one. It's probably a bit too much. Let's try and take a bit of that off. And I have to resort to good old fingers again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's quite pretty. I think that's plenty. Right. I'm just going to get a bit of book page to put there, so I don't want it to stick to my page. Okay, so we won't put anything on there just yet. Or should we? Well, that would go nicely, wouldn't it? Could just have that there with a paper clip, I think. So sorry, but I just need to get my paper clips now. And let's just use a white one, I think. Shall we put a bit of a sparkly fibre or something on this? Now, where's that bit of dark grey that I had out? All clinging to everything, look. A whole pile of it, look. All clinging. Honestly, I am a bit of a muddly person, aren't I? So, if we take this, where is it? We can pop that on there, like that. And hopefully we can push that through there and pull it out. The trouble is with this fibre, no, that didn't work, is you don't know what you're pulling. Are you pulling the core of it, or are you just pulling the fibres off, you know, the hairy bits? Right, that's that. So that will go nicely on there, hopefully. And that can be removed if necessary. That's still sticky. Okay, so that's a nice piece for that, and something else could be stuck underneath there. Oh, I've pinned it to quite a few pages. Oh, okay, so that goes there like so. Right, now we've got the deer page. We've got this page here that's got a lot of writing already on it. So I think I want to stick something light over the top of that. At least something that can be written on. So for instance, this card here could be journaled on. Let me think about what I might have, that's because I'm determined not to use all digitals, you see. So I made a bit of a rod for my own back as usual with my bright ideas. So I've got just plain copier paper. I could put some of these on, some of this on rather. Have I got anything else that is not got a lot on the back? Just have a look through this wallet, which you've already seen. I know what I could put on there. Okay, this is a sheet we've already used out of the pack. It's the bit that's got the music on, but it's got this nice piece here. It's a single-sided, so I could take a piece of that and stick it over there. I think we could make that into a little pocket. So let's have a look. Let's take this out and put that over there for a minute. Okay, so what do we want size? So if we have it, let's get my pencil, just have that maybe down to about there. Okay, let's cut that first. Because that will make a nice pocket for something. Add all that. Okay, just put that over there. Okay, now this has got some lovely background to it. It's got sort of snowflakes, flurries of snow, some writing here, a bit of sparkle, and this is well, it looks a bit like mistletoe berries on a vine. It's very pretty. So we don't want to get rid of all of that, so I think I quite like this area here. I think we'll make it into top pocket, I think. So I'm going to cut it about there. Okay, so that's a nice pocket. Now it can either be a side pocket here or a top pocket here. Decisions. Couldn't say that then, could I? If I have a side pocket here, we could make another pocket on top. is something else. So let's see how. Okay, right, let's just get this back. So this was in here like that, and that went in there like so, and if we have okay, let me just get this in the right place. So if we had, we're going to have side, we've got a pocket here, and so we've already got something on that. So this is here. How would a side tuck work? Would be quite nice, I guess. And you could journal on here. That was the idea of it, really. It's a journaling spot, but there's no reason why it can't also be a pocket. So I'm going around the corners with number 10. And it is up the right way, yes. And yeah, I think we'll have a top pocket here. So I'll just get my circle punch and just gently crease that there so I know where the centre is. Like that. That landed on my chest. And have that there like so, which would be a nice kind of deep pocket, but also will then give the person, whoever has it, a nice area to journal on. So that would be nice, because if you had a tool tag like this, that would fit in quite nicely. Or we can make a big journaling card. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue that on. Okay. I don't want it right into the crease because it will impede the signature. So that's quite nice. And yeah, that's okay. Just a slip of a pocket for something thin. Right, now do we want to put anything? We don't really want to put anything on there, do we? No, not at the moment. I think we'll just leave it as is. Okay, so then I've got this page that I want to stencil on, so I'll put that there. So I want to do a bit of stenciling on this part of it here. So I've got to remember to do it up that way because it's going to be folded up like that. So I'm going to get the weathered wood out and should I stencil or shall we stamp something on there? I think we'll stencil. So I'm going to go right across there. Where did I put that? So be very careful now that I don't press too hard. Okay, that's that one. And we can do this end, this side up for this one. Oh, that might be a bit dark. Okay, not too bad. I do like that colour. Press the lid back on for a moment. Right, so that's what the pocket's going to look like. And I think we'll probably put something along there, some sort of washi to strengthen those. We can do our thumb hole, just a very shallow one, I think. Okay. Like so. Where's that brush? I'm just going to give that a bit of a highlight there, like so. Okay, that's fine. Now this is going to be a sort of journaling page. So what we can do with this, just wipe my hands down, is we can stamp something nice on there, I think. So just getting a wet wipe to wipe down my block. I'll dry it with a dry one. Just reaching for my other wallet that has the stamps in. So I think we'll use the, I know these are really Christmassy, but I'm picking the least Christmassy one. This is the branch of sort of the Christmas tree. Now I've got this rustic wilderness. Now I'm going to test it on book page, so I'll pop out that one that we were using. So I don't want to press too hard and make it too, and I just want to see how green does that look. That's quite green, although there is some green in this. So I think that will be okay. So either I do it in green or I do it in this weathered wood. So again, let's have a look. Gosh, that came out very dark. That's better. So so I needn't press down so hard. Okay, so decision is green or the weathered wood. Try to do a gentle, really gentle. What does it look like? I think we'll just do the green, actually. That's, you know. And all I'm doing is just embellishing the page, really. So I'm just going to pop it there, hold it for a few seconds, and that will be fine. And do the same with this one. In fact, we'll unfold this because I think that's why that one has a bump, kind of an area that's not as dull. So does that. Okay. Right. So right, bring our book back, and do you know, for an awful minute I thought I'd smudged something on there, but it's part of the paper. Oh God, oh no, I've ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. So I think this is kind of a greeny colour, this vellum. Okay, so we will pop a bit of paper there. I don't want that to come out on anything. Likewise, that. I think that's dry anyway. Okay, so we have our vellum. And we have an envelope. So the envelope, just take that out. Envelope needs a slither. I've sealed the top, and we're going to have side pockets, which is one of the reasons I didn't make that pocket I just stuck on a side one. So it just occurred to me that we're going to have two very close to it, so that should have opened that envelope up. Yeah, has there and there. So we just need to glue this down. Like so. Let's have a look at this side. Yeah, that. I don't think the stickiness on that flap, I don't think it goes all the way across there. Okay, so we've got two side opening pockets, and they're kind of a grey pattern, so I'm not going to do anything with those. What I will do, and I know that they're not, it's not equally folded, so I'll do that like so. What I am going to do is take some washi, and this one's nice. This is a blue with kind of snowflakes. So what I'm going to do is run a piece of this there, and I'm just going to tear that there, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. That tearing with the ruler didn't really work very well, but it used to. I think it depends on the washi. So we will have to, it's easy just to be able to cut it like that, but you can't, so I have to cut it with the scissors, and I find that very awkward. Okay, I will trim. I know you end up having to trim them anyway, so I will trim them. So it's kind of a snowflake pattern. Blue and white. Pale blue. Blue and white. To match that end, because that one didn't go right to the top. But it's a separate page, so it's not like we're going to be comparing them. Hopefully. Okay. Right, so that's strengthened those a little bit. We could actually put a double layer in. We could put a layer in there. We could put some silver in here, I think. We may have to put some glue on this though, because I've had it quite some time. So that's quite a pretty one. Let's see, how easy is that going to be? So obviously it doesn't need to be edge to edge. I'm just going to run the glue stick, because that would be the easiest thing. Open it out. Don't want to, and I should be doing this on my glue book, but I'm not, am I? Obviously I am not doing it the way I would normally do it, to save my mat even. But this mat is getting to the stage now where I think it's time probably for new mats, maybe in the new year. I mean, I have scrubbed it. I will try scrubbing it again. But, so come on, put this down. Okay. I don't really know what the life of mats are. I think this would be good. I wouldn't get rid of it. I would, you know, maybe just buy one, like a cheaper one, and then keep this one for messy stuff, like mixed media and things like that. I don't know. I have to think about it. If I see one, especially with sales coming up, and we've had sales already. I mean, it's, I think, more or less sales all year round in the UK at the moment, especially with COVID. And the poor retailers not being able to, you know, sell anything. So that's nice. That's the silver one inside. Okay, we'll do the same here. And it just strengthens. This is quite a good quality envelope, but I do like to give them a bit of extra strength if I can, because if it's going to be a pocket, people are going to be putting things inside and out, putting things in and out, maybe, you know, a few times. So I've always done this with mine. Right, that one. It's very awkward to get it in actually. They're just giving it a burnish. Right, last one. Probably just about, not quite got enough of that one, so we'll go for the spotty one, I think. I think that's a bit longer because I think that far end is a bit ratty. This bit here, I doubt if that will stick. So even with the glue, so just running that all the way inside. There, it's fiddly, trying to just keep it away from the edge like that. Give that a burnish. Right, trim off that excess. When you do that, be careful you don't cut your envelope after all your hard work. I've done that before. Right, so what should we do on this page? Let's have a look. We could pop this on. This is like a little piece here, and we could actually make that into a tuck even, or we could have it in the middle like that. Okay, what else have we got out? We've got that deck the halls. Now we could put a brad inside. If we did that, we'd probably have to cover that with a bit of washi as well inside, because then anything that was pushed in and out wouldn't catch on it. Yeah, that sounds a bit complicated now to me. Now I've thought about it. I quite like this. Actually, I'm just going to trim around the edges. Because this was one of those push out pieces in the Swan pack. Okay, so now that's the opposite side to that pocket, so do we have it that side? I think it possibly goes a bit better that side. And we've got this here. This is the seam of the envelope. So I have to do something with that anyway. So let's see, if we have it that side, we've got all the pockets that side. So if we have it here, it can be a little corner tuck, I think. Let's put it on as one of those. So I'm just trying to remember now. So it's the bottom two, yeah, have to think about sometimes with tucks which sides I'm gluing. Okay, so that can go down there like so. And then something can tuck in there maybe like that. Okay, and with this one, I think I'm going to make a couple of little notepads actually. Maybe we'll have a little notepad maybe stuck on here. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, if it wasn't too bulky. But I don't know what to do with that otherwise, unless we just stick a piece of this maybe, or something like that. We could have a belly band there. If we do that, I just need to wipe that, put my book page there, it's not quite dry. If we had a belly band, let's have a look. We could make it out of this and have it that height, would be quite nice. Could make it out of that, or look for my other scraps that are in this wallet. Piece of this here. I think I'll save that. Not the right size. So again, we've got this kind of music paper. And I don't want it to all look the same. Now that's the same as that, isn't it? Okay, so maybe not that. So maybe we can do is we can go for, just going to find a scrap of the white card. Oh, here's a nice piece. We could use that one. Have that as a belly band, that would be nice. That's slightly different shade to that one. Okay, let's do that. So we want it double. Let's have a look. No, I don't think we need to have it double. Okay, let me put the glue there, and I'm just going to cut that with this. I think halfway is probably just as well. Gosh, I jumped then. I thought I'd caught my finger. So let's round the corners, and this is where we're going to find out if it's cut straight or not. So far so good. Right. Okay, so let's take that piece out for a minute and move that over, and then I'm going to have it like that. So it doesn't matter if it's a bit high up. We could do a matching on this side actually, because that's identical. So let's do that. So 7mm again. like so, and then we can decorate those. What would be nice if we had some really nice ribbon. This is a pack of ribbon I bought a long time ago from Tanya at Tatch Treasure. She was doing I think it was, well, I don't think it was last year? She was doing a winter wonderland. Woodland Wonders, something like Winter Wonderland, I think. So I'd quite like to put a piece of that on. That would be nice. Or alternatively, we could, and this also came in the pack from Tanya, we could, but I don't know if that might get lost. What do you think? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Decisions. Oh, I think I might go with this, but it's going to be awful to glue on. I can just feel it, that it's going to be horrible. You just tell. So if we just cut it about there. Right, not much of that left. Okay. Question is, what do we glue it on with? I think it's going to have to be, have I got any art glitter left? I wonder if I have. I've had it upside down. There's some coming out, so I'm going to try and glue this with down now. So it's very twisty. The trouble is, it's very hard to manipulate without taking off the glue you've just put on. See what I mean? Okay. What we do is get it down, and then if we need to stick any bits down once it's on there, we can do that. That will be easier to do. Oh, I can feel it all over my fingers. Okay, now we've got to try and get it down without the glue side being help. I need 6 pairs of hands, please. I need a friendly octopus that can help me do these tricky things. So, whose idea was it to use this? Oh my goodness me. I'm going to have to try and get that down there if I can. And I wonder if it's actually, after all this effort and all this glue on my hand, if it's actually going to stay stuck down. So it's going to need a bit more glue. Okay, let's at least we've got it on there. And the fact is, because they're not going to be side by side, in the little journal, they're not going to be noticeable if one's slightly higher up than the other. Oh, it's working. I can trim that off at the end, but I just want to push it up a bit if I can. Oh, now that piece is coming back up. Right, a bit more glue. A bit under that. And there. Oh, hopefully that's going to stay down. That is not too bad at all, is it? I will trim those before we stick the belly band on. Okay. Okay, right. I don't like that bit of bit, but that can go in the bin actually. Right. Just get a piece out. And let's bring this round. Now I'm wondering whether it's going to be... Oh, I'm going to take a different approach this time. Okay. I've tested one method. Now I'm going to test this method, and this is, I'm just going to do tiny bits at a time, because that was very difficult. Okay, and then position that there. Hold this end up and this is why I wanted to use the art glitter, because I know it dries clear. Now I'm not convinced about the cosmic shimmer, because a couple of things I've done, I could see it. Oh no, I don't think it likes sticking on this actual sparkly paper. Don't think it's the best medium for it. Okay. Okay, that's down. Right. Let's do this one. Oh, this, I must admit, neither method is easy, but I think this is a bit easier and less messy. Okay, this might be the last thing that we do, because I'm conscious of the time. It's better if I just press it down with this, and that needs a bit more. Like that. Oh, thank you, Art Glitter, for coming through for me. I will never forget it. I'm going to put you upside down again and see if I can get any more out of you. Oh, I just pulled that myself. I have to stop messing about with it. And I'm going to put those up there to dry. Okay, is that a wipe? So bring the journal back, and so far that can go. So far we have a corner tuck on that side. Which we can embellish with a little bit of bling, I think. A little bit maybe. Gosh, this either doesn't come out at all or comes out really, really thick. Okay, so with the bling, I am just going to pop where are they? Some of these iridescent ones on, which are whatever colour you want, really. So but this does seem to dry very quickly too. I don't know if it's because I haven't used it for a long time. I'm not used to the way it works. But I did use it solely for a long time. You know, that was my kind of favourite glue. But now I do like the art glitter. That's really my favourite. And the beacon. I'm just going to line those up like that. That's just a little tiny embellishment that helps that to stand out. Okay. Belly band for there. Something on that one. Okay. Right, I think we're going to call it a day. So I think the video is probably, you know, I think it's just too long already. Okay, so I'm going to tidy up my mess and we will continue with this one next episode, and I will do a little bit off camera just to speed things up and show you this one, what I've done so far next time. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.